Welcome to Football Barbie, where you talk about anything and everything football. I'm going to be talking to you about the Week 8 NFL predictions. Did you guys miss me? So let's talk about it, see who's injured, what's going on, and who are you predicting for the Week 8. Let's get it started.
Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished?
So sorry, I've been gone. Going to these games and having everything is so difficult. It is Halloween weekend, so welcome to Week 8 Halloween weekend. I am being an Eagles cheerleader, so I'm so excited. That is fun. I figured I have little pom-poms and everything. So let's talk about it. So the first game was the Tampa Bay at Buffalo, and I picked Buffalo, and Buffalo won. However, Tampa Bay almost did end up winning that game. That was getting really close to winning for Tampa, but thank goodness that Buffalo pulled it through, so I had that going for me. Next up, you have Houston at Carolina. That is a 10 a.m. game on Sunday. And I'm picking Houston. I'm starting to feel bad for Carolina Panthers here. We have a Carolina Panthers fan, and they are just not doing well. The Panthers look like they are banged up on defense, while Burns and Lavu are two of the team's best players up front. You definitely have some issues there going on Carolina. We apparently think here in the house that it is Carolina's management that happens to be part of the issues. They gave up so much to get Bryce Young. Then you have the Texans, who Barbie picked. Barbie picked the Texans. And each of the Texans' 3 players who were questionable were full practice on Friday. While Woods is out, fellow Texans receiver Tank Dell is slated to play then for the first time since having a concussion in Week 5. Then you have the Rams at Dallas. 10 a.m. game on Sunday. I'm curious to see. Dallas is doing pretty well in the league right now. They have only lost, I think, 2 games. The Eagles have lost 1. Giants, I'm still not sure what's going on. And the Commanders are doing way better than I thought. So I'm picking Dallas, though, for this game. I still think that Dallas right now is doing pretty well. Their Tyron Smith is said to be questionable, but Jerry Jones apparently is looking pretty optimistic that he will suit up on Sunday, whereas the Rams tight end, Hunter Long, hamstring is out. Jones and Skowronek were limited in practice during Friday, and Havestein did not practice for a second straight day. So curious to see what is going on with the Rams. And I do think they obviously have Cooper Kupp back, so that's a serious positive for them. Next up, you have Minnesota at Green Bay. I am taking Minnesota. I was honestly super surprised that the Minnesota Vikings had beat the San Francisco 49ers in the game this past Monday, and that was really surprising. So I am taking the Minnesota Vikings. They are 10 a.m. game Pacific time here. You do have Luke Musgrave for Green Bay. Their tight end still seems to be questionable. After his ankle injury, he ranks 3rd among all tight end rookies, which I didn't realize, and catches 22 and receiving yards 189. Where their running back Aaron Jones is off the pregame injury report after being limited in last week's game. Obviously, we know that Aaron Jones is one of their major players. As for the Vikings, you do have Hawkinson doesn't have any injury designation for Sunday, so that is positive for the Vikings. And Cleveland and Naylor were limited all week for them, while Nagwanu didn't appear on the injury report until Friday, and he was held out of practice. So tell me what you guys think. Do you guys agree with my decisions? Did anybody miss me? I know, I'm sorry, I've been gone. It's so difficult. I thought it'd be so much easier during football season, and I forgot that fall time just gets so crazy, especially me trying to go to games. So please watch the videos of me going to the games, because that is part of the reason it is so difficult for me to actually get the footage. Traveling to the games, then I'm gone, and it's so much more difficult for me to do so. Next up, we have New Orleans at the Colts. It is a 10 a.m. game as well. New Orleans, thank God, honestly, that I did not pick them. I did not realize they were so banged up right now. Obviously, Derek Carr is out, and then you have Taysom Hill, quarterback. Their backup quarterback has been limited practice all week and has been wearing a red non-contact jersey. Demario Davis, their tight end, has also been limited by a knee injury that he played through last week. Some of their other players have came down with an illness. They have a lot of questionable people, but Matthew was the only one who was a full participant at their practice on Friday for New Orleans. Colts Johnson, defensive tackle, was the only Colts questionable player who took pass in Friday's practice. Even if he does play, expect a lighter workload for Moss and have a heavier one for Jonathan Taylor since returning from his ankle injury. I'm sure the Colts are very excited to have Jonathan Taylor back. He did obviously get that contract extension, so we will be curious to see kind of what happens there. Then you have the Patriots of Miami. I'm for sure picking Miami. They are playing at 10 a.m. as well. I can never do a video without any of my cats having to be in the video. It's insane. I'm a huge Miami fan. I think Miami is doing extremely great. I for sure said they were going to be the AFC East champions, divisional winners. So we will see what happens. You do have Miami wide receiver River Kraft, shoulder, running back Raheem Mostert, ankle. He's possibly questionable. And obviously still cornerback Jalen Ramsey with his knee. Whereas you do have the Patriots, Ty Montgomery, guard Cole Strange, and defensive tackle Devon Godchaw cleared the injury report. So let's see kind of what happens with the Patriots. I'm a little curious what exactly is going to happen. If they manage to beat Miami, I'm going to be really impressed. I just don't know what's going on with their team this year. Some of the memes are so funny. So I'm really sorry if you're a Patriots player or fan. Then you have the Jets at the Giants. Okay, so I picked the Giants. However, I must have missed a huge point that Daniel Jones is still out. I didn't think he was still going to be out. He has a neck injury and will be out for a third week in a row where Tyron Taylor will start. This might for sure go in the Jets' favor. I picked the Giants, but now I'm kind of regretting picking your Giants. They may also be without 4 starting offensive linemen. Luckily, Saquon is back for them. If Waller sits out, it was going to leave the Giants depleted on offense pretty much everywhere. So if I could change my mind now, I might choose the Jets. However, I already solidified my opinion and chose the Giants. So not really sure. Jets, both Sauce and DJ Reed cleared concussion protocol. If Carter doesn't play, that may be a bigger issue for them with the Giants threatening wideouts. So as for the Jags at Pittsburgh, another 10 a.m. game. So many 10 a.m. games. I feel like it's honestly a little overwhelming sometimes to try to watch so many games at once. Even if you try to put on the television, it's a little overwhelming. So the Jags will once again be without one of their top 3 receivers. Jones has played just 1 full game this season. Lawrence is also listed as questionable for the game. Where for Pittsburgh, it is without one or both of Wallace and Porter. That could be dangerous against a team who has Calvin Ridley and Christian Kirk. So I did pick Pittsburgh, but let us see what will happen. Then you do have Atlanta at Tennessee, 10 a.m. games. You have Titans. Ryan Tannehill, their quarterback, is ruled out with a high ankle sprain. They are playing Levis and Mark Willis in place of Tannehill. Tight end Josh Wyle is out with a concussion. As for Atlanta, they actually look pretty good coming into the game. Bijan Robinson, who was limited last week with apparently a headache, was not on the injury report at all. So that is good for Atlanta, and Barbie is picking Atlanta for the winner of this game. It is about Tennessee. Then you have Philly at Washington. So honestly, I did pick Philadelphia, but I'm a little concerned. Last season, we almost got our ass, we did get our ass handed to us in the first game of our loss, which to the Commanders, and we almost lost to the Commanders. This game that went into overtime, and we won with a field goal. Yeah. So for Philly, Roby is out, and the other 5 players who appeared in this week's injury report, Eagles will suit up, all including James Bradbury. So it seems like we do have a majority of our team who is playing, thank goodness. As for Commanders, Samuel has been a main target for them, and it is possible that he will still sit out. So Barton leads the team in tackles, and his presence could be missed as well on the second level of the defense. So go Philly. cheerleading here and all. Let's go Philly. I would like to keep those wins going and win our division at least. That's always the goal every year, just to win the division. And then let's see what happens in playoffs. Then we have Browns at Seattle. I picked Seattle. Seattle Adams and Lockett were full practice participants on Friday. Haynes did not practice all week. As for the Browns, Deshaun Watson is still out. Obviously, we know Nick Chubb is still well out as well. Ford with his ankle injury does have a chance, apparently, to play. So let's see if Seattle does manage to pull off this win. I think they're better, but then again, the Browns are the only team so far to knock off the 49ers. What was that about? I don't understand that game. I was blown away by that one. Like, the Browns have been, like, shockingly better somehow. And if they manage to beat Seattle without Watson, ooh, I'm not really sure. Baltimore at Arizona. I picked the Ravens. The Ravens are doing really well. They have their Owa. His ankle will most likely miss the game on Sunday, where their safety, Marcus Williams, hamstring is out, and wide receiver Tylan Wallace has a hamstring issue as well. Then you do have Kyler Murray, who is still doubtful to play with his knee injury. He hasn't played all season. I will be going to the game on November 12th in Arizona versus the Falcons. I will be doing a whole video on that, so I am very excited for that. So I did pick the Ravens, though, for this game. I for sure feel like the Ravens are better than the Cardinals. So the Ravens bird is better than the Cardinals bird. Then you got Kansas City at Denver. This is it was a 125 game. And so is this one. You do have Kansas City linebacker Nick Bolton. Wrist is out. Then you have Denver wide receiver Brandon Johnson, hamstring, who is questionable. Obviously, I did pick Kansas City. Getting a little nervous going to the Kansas City Eagles game. Still waiting to get that damn ticket. And I just cannot believe that you Chiefs fans have to pay so much money for fucking tickets. Like, I thought as an Eagles fan, I pay a lot of money. It's outrageous how much money it is for a Chiefs game. I can't believe you guys. Are you guys a Chiefs fan? Anyone who be paying this much money? Crazy. Then you have Bengals and 49ers. I'm taking the 49ers. If the Bengals win, I'm going to honestly be pissed because the Bengals have been doing me wrong all season. Every time I think they're going to win, they lose. Every time I think they're going to lose, they win. It's literally driving me crazy. They're one of like the three teams maybe, because the Browns, the Bengals, and the Panthers are the three teams that I just didn't see them doing either as good as they did or as bad as they did. So for 49ers, Brock Purdy is listed as questionable for Sunday with a concussion. If he does not play, then Sam Darnold, the backup, will play, as where wide receiver Deebo Samuel with his shoulder is out. OT Trent Williams' ankle is questionable, and they will be leaning on, obviously, their star players, Brandon Ayuk, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, and Jennings to do the wonders in the 49ers. So that's the 125 game. You do have Bengals with the linebacker Akeem Gaither knee and running back Chase Brown hamstring is out. Then you got the Bears at the Chargers Sunday night. So I am taking the Chargers. If the Bears for some reason beat the Chargers, I'm going to be really impressed because the Bears have been doing horrible all season. Justin Fields will be out for the second week in a row with a thumb injury. Their rookie running back Rashawn Johnson. Oh, so apparently Brock Purdy, Justin, thanks, Mr. James, is playing for Sunday's game for the 49ers. He just cleared concussion protocol, so they will have their, Mr. Irrelevant playing. Feeney and Jackson are both players who were full participants in Friday's practice for the Bears. As for the Chargers, Palmer was limited on Friday. Everett, Gilman, Goyetin, and Agbania were full participants on Friday. I always say I apologize for any of these people's names. It's not like they're Smith, how difficult are some of these people's names, okay? Then you have Raiders at Detroit Monday night. Jimmy G is expected to play for the Raiders after returning from his back injury. I am picking Detroit, though. I did say that Detroit will win the NFC North, and I'm really curious to see what's going to say. So, guys, let me know what you guys think. Who are you guys picking? Let me know in the comments down below. Please comment, like, subscribe, everything. I really appreciate it. It really does help the algorithm. Love you all so much. Ta-ta for now.